I'm
Maloney, Delaney, Tarpley,
Katherine, Vlamis.
and this is Alfred Hitchcock Presents Exploration and Exchange.
Hello and welcome to Alfred Hitchcock Presents Exploration and Exchange. I am Alfred Hitchcock, and today I will be providing you with a delightful tale about none other than myself. Throughout my career, I explored several different film techniques and fear tactics used to draw viewers to my films. I exchanged information with those around me, whether through my career or at home. So now we can sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I'll be back at the end to wrap up a few main points for the less intelligent folks in the audience. So with no further ado, I present to you Exploration and Exchange in my filmmaking career.
He was flirting with you. I guess he knows my wedding ring.
Cut! Good work, ladies and gentlemen. That is all the film we will require for this scene. You are dismissed for the day.
How is that there?
Brilliant as always, you never disappoint.
Thanks. I'm gonna go run some lines with Florine. I'm still coming over for dinner tonight, right?
Yes, your mother's cooking. Green bean casserole. It should be excellent.
Alright, I'll see you then.
Throughout Alfred Hitchcock's career, he exchanged information with many people. One of them, his daughter Patricia Hitchcock. She was featured in several of his films, including Psycho, Strangers on a Train, and Stage Fright. Growing up, she loved to hear about his work and was always eager to listen when Hitchcock shared his experiences.
My dear, how are you? Did you review the film for the shower scene? Some of the producers are saying I used too much blood, but, well, I want to know what you think.
I think that's very inventive, but you can't use that film.
What? Well, why not? Was it the angles? Did I use too much blood? Those producers with their censors.
No, that was fine. But you can't use it. She swallows.
She what?
On the floor. When she's supposed to be dead, she swallows. If anyone notices your ruins, come here. I'll show you.
Hitchcock also exchanged information with his beloved wife, Alma. She was a screenwriter for several films and often a collaborator. Alma would help Hitchcock with his storyboards and was always the person he turned to for approval before a movie could be finished. She was an instrumental role in the production of several movies, including Psycho, and he even wrote the scripts for movies such as The Ring, Stage Fright, and Murder.
Do you see this? They are not going to show my film. Theaters across the country are saying they will not show Psycho. This is a cutting-edge film, a masterpiece.
Times are changing, but as for right now, we have to follow their rules.
I shouldn't.
We worked too hard to not have this movie shown in
Alma, I shouldn't have to follow their rules. Nothing should stop the genius that is Psycho.
Fine, do it your way, but just think of all the money we'll be losing.
I will convince them. You'll see, I will not cut a single drop of blood or a single stab from this film. Psycho will be shown in theaters as is. I want to push the limits of audience and test film itself.
Throughout Alfred Hitchcock's career, he explored the limits of censorship and saw how far he could push his audiences, even when movie theaters threatened not to show the movies. He wanted to explore a new territory of film, and that was his way to get that right.
Here's your paper, Mr. Disney.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. And don't forget my dry cleaning.
Sure thing, sir. Oh, and you might want to check out the entertainment section. It seems that Mr. Hitchcock's films are very popular among the spectators.
What? This is tasteless and disgusting. All of Hitchcock's films are. Who enjoys this garbage?
I'm not sure, but it does seem to be something different than what other people have done.
Different because it's an absolute disgrace. I tell you, all of Hitchcock's films are garbage. Garbage!
While many people enjoyed Hitchcock's films, several critics, including Weston, hated the films that Hitchcock produced. While Hitchcock explored the limits of how far he could push audiences, Many people felt that he went too far. They viewed his films as trashy and dismissed his work. He was even disregarded by the Academy at some points, as he never won an Oscar in his entire career.
Oh, sweetheart, can we please see the new monster movie? I've heard it's great.
Nah, that stuff doesn't scare me anymore. Let's see something new and exciting.
What about the new Hitchcock movie? I've heard it's terrifying.
I don't know. Have you read the reviews? People say it's terrifying. It might not be right for a girl like you to be watching.
Yes, but Mary and Linda were talking about it at a bridge club, and they say it's nothing like you've ever seen before.
Exactly.
Oh, James, come on, it'll be fun.
All right. 2 tickets to Psycho, please.
That'd be $1.38.
Keep your change.
Thank you. Enjoy the magic of the movies.
I'll try.
Man, people sure do love Hitchcock's movies.
I know. Ever since Psycho came out, we've been selling tickets nonstop.
No, I think this is probably the biggest movie we've seen in a long time.
Well, have you seen it? It's so scary people have to come and watch it.
Before Psycho was released in 1960, the movie industry was falling. The Hitchcock's film changed that. In 1958, American box office dropped below $1 billion a year, a figure it had held since the 1940s. In the same year, the average weekly attendance dropped to 35 million. It had originally been 82 million in 1946. The lack of growth can be attributed to the fact that the movies were becoming somewhat boring and predictable. However, after Hitchcock's release of Psycho, box office ratings began to rise because of the never-before-seen suspense and graphicness of the film. It broke box office records in the United States, Japan and the rest of Asia, Canada, France, South America, and Britain. Psycho made $14 million after its initial release, over 10 times the original budget of $800,000. Hitchcock's revolutionary film exchanged the falling movie industry for a new and profitable empire where people were eager to see what would happen next.
I mean, she knows blue's my color, so why would she think that?
I understand, but we'll have to talk about this later. I gotta go.
All right, I'll clean up.
So, what did you think?
It was a lot better than I was expecting.
Oh, I can't wait to tell Mary and Linda. Did you have any favorite parts?
Well, I wasn't much for the mystery sort of things, but the moments leading up to it were so,
Suspenseful.
Exactly! That's the word. It was so much scarier seeing something that could actually happen in real life than just another monster movie.
Oh, I can't wait to see what Hitchcock comes out with next.
I hope I get to see it with you.
Hitchcock's movies, though they got bad reviews from critics, impressed audiences across the world. They scared people like they had never been scared before, because they were things that could actually happen, instead of just a monster crawling through a window. Hitchcock explored the human mind and twisted it into a way that was new and terrifying. Hitchcock also explored different film techniques and fear tactics to create his influential films. For example, the shower scene. Well, the knife never actually touched Janet Leigh. The sporadic cutting of the angles back and forth gave the impression that something horrible was going on.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, did you watch the Oscars last week?
Yes, I'm so happy that Leonardo DiCaprio finally won.
I know. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for the 2016 season of Bates Motel to come back on. It's my favorite show.
Really? I haven't seen it, but I heard it's super creepy.
No, it's really interesting. It's about this mom and son, and how the son eventually turns into his mom. It's based off this old Hitchcock movie, Psycho.
That sounds scary.
It can be, but it's really cool. I started watching it after my grandma showed me Psycho. It was old school, but kind of disturbing. I can see why people liked it.
Seriously? That's so cool that people still watch that stuff, even today.
I know, right?
Hey, let's go get my iPad so we can watch it right now.
All right.
So now that we're coming to a close, I think it's time we came down to a few main points. Throughout my filmmaking career, I explored how far I could push audience reactions, film techniques, fear tactics, and even the human mind. I exchanged information with those around me, whether in my own home or through my career. I exchanged the old ways of the movies for a new, more exciting and profitable way that people loved and enjoyed. My influence is still around today, and I'm still considered one of the greatest directors in movie history. So now that we're coming to a close, I hope you've enjoyed this installment of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Until next week.